There we go. I'll let you know when 15 seconds have passed.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the NuB. This is another one of our Hanging with Web Show exclusives. I am the Merce.
It's me, Felton.
And me, Triple B.
Now, all three of your hosts today are under the weather, so we all kind of have deep, groggy voices. So this is going to be our sexy podcast where we talk with the low, gruffy voices. So, enjoy that. Enjoy that. A couple things coming up. I know that the Space Coast Comic Con is coming up. The NuB will be there along with your boy David as a guest there for writing Savage Bastards. Pretty excited about that. Won't have any comic books to give out yet, but I guess I'll just talk to people about the book and hand out stickers and stuff. With me will be my two partners in crime, as always, Mr. Felton and Miss Foxtail. So we'll do, she'll be doing some cosplaying. We'll probably be doing some podcasting, or at least interacting with people, and hopefully everybody have a good time. Let's see what's going on in the nerd world for you guys.
Triple B, you got anything?
I don't think so. No, the Dallas Fan Expo has been announcing guests, and my wife and I are considering to go to that. But I guess that's it. Nothing real close.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, just keep us posted if anything does come up. I know there isn't there an event that you are going to though, Triple B, as a representative for Matt Cave Studios.
We were discussing it. Not there's nothing yet.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Well, obviously, I believe that the coronavirus is going to destroy us all. I think that unless we are fortunate enough to find enough limes to fight the Lyme disease, to fight the coronavirus, I don't think we're going to survive. That being said, since this is pretty much the end of the world as we know it for everyone, I'd like you guys, if you get a chance, to go to Kickstarter and look up my boy Travis Gibb. He is kickstarting his third issue of Broke Down in Four Dead Bodies. It's one of my favorite indie books. It's really well done, and I believe if you do the Kickstarter, you can do that thing where you get all three of them at once if you haven't read any of them yet. So check him out. He's almost funded, and let's try to get him there. Okay?
Okay. Now
He's also going to be. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say he's also going to be at the Space Coast Comic Con as well, so you'll be able to see him this weekend coming up. Now, what were you saying?
Oh, I just the people watching on the YouTubes are going to be able to see it. I pulled up I've been playing with watching like compulsively while I've been at work. The GIS map that John Hopkins put out, where they're putting in all the data, and as of right now, 20,704 confirmed cases, 427 total deaths, like nearly all out of Hubei, China. But the total recovered is up to 727 now. It's my understanding they're considering people recovered as are okay after having a really crappy, having a real bad time. But I've been watching that number total recovered kind of overtake the number of total deaths pretty, it's almost doubled now. But in the beginning, everyone was freaking out because, everyone's going to die. It's like, no. More people have recovered than have died. Like, it's okay. It's, but it's still really bad, and you should still take it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fun fact, there's no cases in Mongolia.
Oh, okay.
You want to know why?
Because those city walls.
A Great Wall of China. Walls work. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. I sounded like I don't know. I sounded like Dom DeLuise trying to be Trump right there. That was great.
All right, so I think we can kick it over to Infinibee over there for our real Kickstarter news. Hot dose of that. If you got
Yeah,
anything good on the Kickstarter front.
Love it.
we do. Speaking of comic book Kickstarters, I've got two that I am personally pledging to. Uh, we have talked about before, Granny Gollum.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm back on that train too.
A wonderful Jewish folklore story. They are at just under 1,500. So, but and it just started. We got 29 days to go, so we'll be pushing that pretty hard.
Hmm.
And then the Secrets of Willow Mist #2. This is the one that my daughter went gaga over, and so I've got to make sure to get her the second issue of this. It's a wonderful children's story set in these enchanted woods, focused on fairies, and lots of great color, lots of great artwork, and like I said, my 9-year-old went nuts for it. So
I'm telling you, like I'm gonna call. I don't know what the child services version of is for you guys, but for us here it's DCF. I'm gonna call DCF on you because you're pushing your addiction onto your children.
I have. It's yeah. Most of them now have got have done Kickstarters and have gotten the package and that rush of dopamine when you open it up and you see your.
They've done the Kickstarter. I would
Oh
love
man,
to make a YouTube series, and it would be like Cops, but you know, it's exactly that. It's like people breaking in the door, going up. Yeah, we see here. Look at all this stuff he's been funding. Oh, your comic books. Oh, board games. Look at this. A men's shaving razor that uses a laser. Who thought that was gonna work?
well the best part would be when they get a hold of the computer. They're like, oh my god, it's worse than we thought.
And just like start going into like real, just like, you know, everything's just kind of reasonable or like, you know, geeky, and there's nothing real crazy, but they start freaking out when they find out that you funded like oh geez, I don't know, something just really fucking stupid.
Like a new cheese grater or something that that looks like a Ninja Turtle or something crazy like that. You know,
Yeah,
Right, like if it hasn't already happened, then it will soon. Because
the
as soon as you say it, somebody will make the Kickstarter for it.
the cheese shredder.
Oh man.
Oh
I'm
man,
gonna produce that. It's gonna be a show we'll make.
yes, absolutely. I'm down. I am down. Can I play like the overweight cop that can't keep up with the cameraman actually is like running circles around? Like they're actually getting getting a full frontal view of me running because they're running backwards faster than I can run forwards.
I do not know the context of the clip, but somebody from work was laughing, and they showed me their phone, and it's some TikTok or I don't know what website it was, but it's like the cameraman's faster than the runners, and these guys are doing the Olympics, and the cameraman holding the camera outpaced the frickin' runners, beat the #1 guy by several paces. I mean, it was impressive. And it just like the other camera just like zooms in on his face, and the guy just looks so confused. God, you got me into TikTok bad.
I got you into TikTok.
Oh, you were talking about it, and then I started watching.
I was gonna say I don't use TikTok, so.
Well, you were joking about it, and then I was just like, oh man, you know, some of those are funny. So I started watching some hot, fresh memes on YouTube, the TikTok compilations, and now I'm back in it.
Oh, so are you doing the jerky movement dances that they all do, where and they play it to like the 1920s like music? Yeah.
Ladies, no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that
Yep.
because it's still just musically.
Oh, okay.
It's musically, and everybody made fun of it, and everybody made fun of the 12-year-olds that are doing it, and now it's the coolest thing in the world, and I'm so damned upset about it because nobody remembers that it was annoying, and it's just musically like that. Oh God. They stole memes, and it's not fair.
See, now your homework is to start counting how many people you see with like the fangs in and or the furry ears when they're doing their TikToks.
Yeah.
That's your new thing.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
Are you on the TikToks there, Infinity?
I'm not, but I clearly need to be.
Oh no, you don't.
It's the cutting edge of hip memery right now. It's really
It's the cutting edge of China stealing your identity and or your personal information.
So, can we just like talk about the fact that I feel like all of these apps and all of these things, and it's a real legitimate security concern, they all have like very specifically positioned pictures of your face. And of course, what uses face unlock? Like what? Samsung,
Here it
iPhone,
comes.
Android now. So is it so, outlandish to say that maybe this is kind of a multi-layered plot to just steal your data and steal your information? I mean, I don't think that's too out there.
I think we're all fine until Skynet comes online. But once Skynet comes online, we are absolutely screwed because we have given the machines way too much personal information, way too much. It's not going to be a bunch of Arnold Schwarzeneggers running around. It's going to be like a bunch of Steven Schwarzkopfs running around. Like a bunch of just average people.
They didn't know in the time of Terminator that little tiny, AI controlled flying robots were going to be a thing. I mean, nobody could have seen that. And you now have like there are parts in the Midwest. I don't know if you've heard about this, Triple B, where like people on like homesteads and farmlands and all this crap are like they're getting overheaded by swarms of drones, and allegedly there's, from what I've seen, there's no explanation as to whose they are, what they're doing, and it's just really concerning. It's creepy.
It could be a lot of different things. But people use them for all kinds of stuff out here, personal use and professional use, and it's nuts the amount of people that I see that use drones for different things. It's smart, but at the same time, it's like I never would have thought of that. There's a tree cutting company that uses drones in their tree cutting business to scout trees and stuff, and so it really could be anybody doing anything.
That's brilliant.
It's creepy. It's creepy, and at the end of the day, it's all for our convenience, because what's the ultimate goal? We want to get our Amazon packages immediately, so why not just have a drone come out from the Amazon center and drop it off directly to your front door? Certainly cuts out the middleman of delivery, and the guy made a short film about it, and I thought it was pretty clever. You know how I was on that kick with that channel Omeletto or whatever? This guy got Jude Law to, just totally independent short film, 10 minutes long, got Jude Law somehow to do an appearance in it, and it was kind of the coolest thing, and that was the exact concept of, basically handing over all your data to a corporation, but the corporation ends up kind of taking liberties with the law and weaponizing drones, and these kids hack them and find out that there's like this hidden protocol where the drones, turn red and turn evil, and it's a great little short film, but I think it's kind of a cautionary tale at this point, because we're at that stage where we're almost in the future where our lives are going to be an 80s dystopian future where corporations are residing over this future hellscape. I feel like we're almost there. Just a couple of weeks away. After the coronavirus destroys everything, we're going to be there. Rather.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't argue with any of that. It all sounds logically sound. All right. Well, speaking of technology destroying our lives and taking everything from us, that's a great segue into the video game news with Felton.
Oh my gosh. So, as you know, I've been fighting the good fight, trying to sort my life out with fixing the studio computer and getting a gaming computer. So I recently upgraded. I bought a used PC from my coworker because I was being lazy, and it's about a 10-year upgrade for me. So it's like 10 years newer. And then I threw a new video card in it. So I'm now able to play pretty much anything on the market. So I'm really excited about that. And I don't believe I did any follow-up on it, but I'm about...
Well, now you're able to play Tetris, right?
Yeah, finally. So I've heard about this thing Tetris, and I am so excited. I am so excited. No, but I'm going to pick up Boneworks. It is a physics-based VR first-person shooter from the guys that were, I don't know, I guess maybe they still are, but Rocket Jump Studios with like Freddie Wong and all those guys, right? A couple of his buddies branched off, and then they made a video game studio where they made Space Junkers and Duck Hunt, a VR game. So I'm going to be checking that out. I will have a good follow-up once I get some good impressions of it. Also, I've been wrecking players because my roommate graciously let me use his second Xbox, and I got a keyboard and mouse to shred players on Call of Duty with him. So that's been hilarious because people don't like keyboard and mouse players on console, oddly enough. So that's been an absolute hilarious experience of trolling.
Now, once I figure out how to hook up a mouse and keyboard to the Switch, I'm going to devastate all these little Fortnite players.
I think there's a way to do it, actually. I don't know which brand, but all you got to do is get a C-type connector, and you should be able to do it.
Sweet.
Tear them up.
Just destroying them. Just slaying them.
Dude, I love the Switch, man. That is such a great little handheld.
Right? You can take it anywhere. I mean, it plays, full console games. I mean, it's a great toy.
I've been dumping hours into Final Fantasy VII. Like I don't know if I ever actually played through the whole thing. Because I'd have to fight with my brother-in-law to freaking play any video games. I'd watch him half the time. But man, I just there's a lot I don't remember where I'm just walking into areas and I don't remember any of this. Like the whole market in the beginning where you got to dress up like a girl and all that stuff. I remember.
Oh yeah, you don't remember any of that?
None of that.
Oh man,
I gotta
tell you,
more open world too.
Yeah, it's later in the game that it gets that way. Really, once you get the airship, everything opens up to you big time. But yeah, I gotta tell you, I went crazy. I got 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Or was it 11? Or no, 12. I'm sorry, 12 on the Switch. So I went crazy.
You ain't messing
But they had like a really good deal at one point in time. Yeah. So speaking of brother-in-laws, your niece and nephew seemed to enjoy themselves when they came and played D&D with us this last Friday.
Mm-hmm. They had a blast.
Yeah, I really love to see the look on their face. Your nephew was coming up with some crazy good ideas. The funny thing is, though, your brother-in-law kept, like, no, shh, it's okay. And I was like, no, let him talk. Let's hear what he has to say. That's the whole part of D&D.
Let me let him jump into a portal into a hell dimension just to, let him deal with the consequences of his actions.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. So.
My favorite.
I really enjoyed having him.
My favorite part was telling him, okay, so you just take the character sheet and then you go in and you rename the character, and then there you go. This is his twin brother coming to avenge his death, who's exactly the same.
By the time you get to the quintuplet, though, it's like, come on, man, like just make a new character.
Man, I need to level up because I'll tell you, I always get into it and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I got to do it. And then I'll try to get on like the website and I can't do it. And then I just get frustrated and then I give up. But because like I know that my character stats and like my abilities, early on, there's a lot of like cool little things I want to do with the Warlock. And that I need to get those little abilities all checked out and ticked out because you know
Well, because of Valentine's
fireballs.
Day and everything like that, because of Valentine's Day and everything, we've got a big hiatus. You need to get your character like set up so you're not sitting at the table with your phone trying to figure out
Whoop.
what abilities your character can do because it's and not paying attention to anything else that's going on. Like
I'm paying
people are
attention.
being killed by magmen and magmafits, and you're just like, what does this character do again?
What is going on? What are there? There's people made magma. Like, oh my lord. Oh.
Let me tell you, Infinity, it's sometimes I just want to hit him with the dice across the table. Like, get out of your phone, stop trying to figure out your character. It should be figured out before you get to the
Well,
table, right?
now,
Isn't that how it
I
works?
wish I hadn't forgotten my cards because I bought the spell cards. Because half the
Mm-hmm.
time I'm trying to pull up because the damn website I was using didn't work and it kept like crashing out my browser. So I'm trying to get like the spell cards, so I'm doing it right. So I'm not, being like, oh yeah, Eldritch Blast damages everything and kills everyone, and it's a great spell, and it's a cantrip, and I can cast it as much as I want. Oh,
Well, that's what I got that giant D20 for, was to chunk at players when they're not
nice.
paying attention. So.
Oh my God! See, I should have gotten on that Kickstarter because I could have totally like bashed in. Actually, I've seen. I don't know if if you guys have seen these before, but I've seen the D20 on a chain, like a Morningstar kind of situation.
Hell yeah!
I'm like, yes, I definitely want one of those. And I can just bash. They're foam too, so I can just bash the player like, hey, pay attention.
Ooh, I had one more. Did I talk about the time travel simulator last time?
I don't think so.
Okay, there is an adorable game on Steam. It's called No Time, and it is like a little Back to the Future themed time travel simulator. It's $10, okay, and they have done this phenomenal job with so you have a DeLorean and you can go back in time and then you can go 10 minutes back in time and watch yourself. And like everything you do, it's recorded. So basically you're traveling through this island map area trying to not create a paradox because you'll stop existing, but you're also trying to avoid these like time terrorists. It is such an adorable little quirky game.
Are they time terrorists or are they time bandits?
No,
Oh,
they don't have any redeeming value. They're definitely terrorists. But
damn.
this is such a great game. I've only had a couple of hours to doof around with it, but man, the graphics are stylized like kind of not Minecrafty, but they're definitely stylized. And it's just so much fun to set up the time circuit in the DeLorean and do the time jump. I mean, it is such a great little game. But if you guys got $10, that's my Kickstarter right there. Is games like this where I'm like, oh man, this game is great. My Steam library is just absurdly massive
Huge.
because of this. So I totally get it. Triple B with the Kickstarter edition. The Kickstarter cops can also, they look at your computer and they say, oh, we got to check his Steam library. Yep. He's got all the early access right here. All the early access. Look at all this stuff that was greenlit that he's got. Look, visual hentai novels. My God.
Yep. One more thing I want to talk about before we go. I don't know if either of you guys have seen it yet, but the new Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie.
Ooh.
I watched it with Foxtail last week or the week before. Let me tell you, I thought it was one of the best Kevin Smith movies. I was absolutely rolling laughing most of the movie. Although there is a couple parts where it just falls flat on its face, and you're like, what is going on here? And I'm sure it must be in some reference to a movie or something that I've just never seen before. Like there's one point where they're interacting with a bunch of like KKK members or something, and And like Silent Bob is, doing some kind of like not even like a speech. He's just like, look over here, look over here. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. It was very strange in that part, but the rest of it's a pretty solid movie. Like, I mean, obviously, it's a Kevin Smith movie, so it's a Kevin Smith comedy movie, so it's not like it's gonna win a bunch of Oscars or anything like that. But I really loved it. I thought it was fantastic, especially if you've been following Kevin Smith as long as I have, from the beginning till now. You get a lot of fan service in this movie. It's a good time. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, you definitely should check it out.
I will. I'm waiting for my new mask to come in before I do anything else in large public places.
Oh no! I got this out of Redbox. It's not in the theaters. So
I was trying to make a throwback to the coronavirus, but
no, it's okay. Just make sure you bring limes with you. You'll be fine.
Mm.
All right, so it is about that time for the Die of Destiny. So Mr. Felton, why don't you roll the Die of Destiny, and who would you like to have roll to add, subtract, or do nothing with to your roll?
I will do triple B.
All right.
All right. Let me pull the D20 up so our dear viewers can see. I'm not cheating. All right.
And Infinite B, if you'll go ahead and roll your dice and tell us what you get.
There we go. Nat 20.
Oh. So do you want to add, subtract, or do nothing with that roll?
I want to add. Oh wait, no, you
Yeah.
oh shit.
I will.
Let's put it this way. I mean, obviously, it's if you add it, it's he's gonna automatically be able to choose somebody to tell a story. If you subtract it, he's automatically gonna have to tell a story. So you hold his fate in your hands.
There we go. I'm going to subtract.
Oh.
Ooh, so I have to.
And I don't even think you need to. Unless you can roll another D20, I think you're gonna have to. Unless you can throw another 20, you're gonna have to tell a story.
I'm trying to roll it. Wow, this is a string of bad luck. All right, okay, I'm just gonna stop. All right, I tried to roll it like 10 times and it wouldn't work. All right, well, fortunately, I do have a story. So we were at the Brevard County Rennisance Fair, right? Let me know if we already talked about this. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. I don't think we talked about the Renaissance Fair much.
So we're meandering along, right? And all of a sudden, because the Merce knows that I love furries, there was a branch of furries. I don't know if you know this, but they're called scalies, and they like to dress up like lizards. So of course it was fantasy weekend, and there was a scaly, and it was person had a really, it was a cool costume with wings and all sorts of coolness.
It was a very well put together costume. He looked like a black dragon.
I don't remember. Was it toothless? Or was it just
No, I think he was just I think it was just a random dragon.
Okay, so just a random dragon. So
it's probably part of his Sonic fanfic.
Yeah, I was about to say, from the days of Sonic, some of you might remember OC Sonic characters, so I have a feeling it was somewhere along that vein. Anyway, of course, the Merce runs over. Oh, my friend really wants a picture with you. No, I really don't. Like, I really don't. It's fine. Oh, now I feel obligated. I don't want to look like a jerk. Because I get it. This person put a ton of effort into that outfit. I'm not going to be a jerk, I'm not going to... And here's the thing. Here's where I got you, and here's why this isn't an embarrassing story. Because they were a scaly, they weren't prancing. And that's what irritates me about furries, is the prancing. So joke's on you. You didn't get me. That guy was cool.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you think?
That's
no,
that's
you
my
forgot the
official
part.
word.
You forgot the part though where I made you scooting closer with him instead of just getting your picture taken with him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, scooting closer. Like, let's get a good picture here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. And then of course my other reason with and I get it, I mean, it's hot, it's sweaty, but I feel like, furry costumes tend to have an odor about them. And that's there you go. See, that's a cool outfit, right?
Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah, that is rad as heck. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't look uncomfortable at all.
Well, to be fair, I was hot and sweaty.
That's awesome.
Oh, I didn't think that picture would ever see the light of day.
It just did.
No, and props to that guy. Like, he
did a great job.
I joke and I always say, like, my fabricated war with furries, but I appreciate the amount of effort that people put into their outfits, and I appreciate fandoms of every species, except for Sonic ones. If you have Sonic original characters, then you're a loser, and I will not talk to you.
Okay, first of all, me and Infinite Beat both have our own Sonic characters. All right,
Exactly.
we're doing an anthology of Sonic OC fanfic. So
Someone in school tried to tell me about how badass Shadow the Hedgehog was, and I'm like, do you understand how stupid that sounds? Like, no, there's nothing badass about Shadow the Hedgehog. No, stop.
oh my goodness. All right, well,
Get over it.
on that note, before every furry out there comes after Felton and his family,
I love that.
we're gonna go ahead and end this one, I think. Now we are not going to be recording a regular NuB podcast this week because obviously we are all under the weather and we all kind of sound groggy and kind of blah. So hopefully next week we'll be back up and running on both our NuB podcast YouTube channel as well as the Hanging with Web Show channel. I'm loving the partnership with Hanging with Web Show. It's really helped to boost our listeners, so I thank them very much, and I thank you guys for listening. So please, subscribe. What is it? What the kids say? Smash that like button.
Smash that.
Destroy the subscribe button.
Kill the patriarchy. Wait, no, that's different.
Yeah. And until then, I hope nobody that listens gets the coronavirus. Until then, this is the Merce. Stay healthy out there.